All right. If you've never had black tea with French vanilla creamer, you have not lived. Let's do this. What's going on, guys? I hope you're having an amazing day and that you're ready for the weekend. But first, we got a reaction video for you guys. Today we're going to be reacting to Canyons by Cory Asbury, or as he says it, Cory Asbury. I feel like that's not right, but it's how he says his name, so we're rolling with it, although it goes against everything in my very being. But in any case, full disclosure, I have heard the song before. I've heard it a lot before. I really enjoy the song. I have zero problem listening to it again, and I have zero problem talking about it to you guys. So that being said, let's go. Of course I accidentally muted it, because that's the thing to do, right?
And I scaled all the highest of mountains.
Let me get the lyrics
and
pulled
I
up
stood
here.
at the edge of their peaks, but I still couldn't see to the edge of your love for me. And I walked on the wildest of waters, and I've sunk to the depths of the sea, but I still couldn't fathom the depths of your love for me. Canyons wide, oceans deep, can't contain all your love for me. No matter how high,
crazy.
Or far I reach, there's no end to your love for me.
God, that crawl down, dude.
And I wrestle belief in the valley, and I barely hung on through the
I love his
night.
transparency in his lyrics.
But just when I thought it was darkest, the sun began to rise. Canyons wide, oceans deep, can't contain all
Got those cool, like, little 80s vibe hits, those little synth hits in the background. I love how the solo, like, finished his line. Plays along with the drum fill. This solo is just so good. There's so much space. That like vocoder sound for the harmonies.
Beyond the stars, through the very breath I breathe, there's no end to your love for me. Where could I run that you wouldn't run after me? How could I fall when you already took the fall for me? Beyond the stars, through the very breath I breathe, there's no end to your love for me. Canyons wide,
That break into his head voice is just money. Still with that like bass right there.
There's no end to your love for me.
More of a synth bass.
There's nothing like
When is the last time you heard a trumpet solo in a contemporary Christian song, dude? So good. Tone. There's that muted trumpet sound. What is that groove? Good. That harmonized trumpet there? It's just so good, dude. I stand by it that he is arguably one of the best Christian artists out there right now. It's just so unique to a lot of the other contemporary stuff that we might hear. Really quick, I'm gonna drop a like on this. And friendly reminder, if you like this video, to drop a like on this one. Shameless plug. Yeah, dude, just his musicality is fantastic. Like, he's a great singer, he's a great writer, he's a great instrumentalist. Like, he's a legitimately good guitar player and singer and writer. Like, he's just all around fantastic musician. The musicians that play on this song are absurd. They're all just so good, so tasteful. The guitar player left so much space in the solo. The bass is just grooving so hard on this song. Like, if you're not listening to this with headphones, like, dude, just do it. Listen to it with headphones, dude. And just listen to the bass, especially in the guitar solo and like the chorus. Super good. The drums groove super hard. It's all really simple stuff for the most part, but it's just tight and it's locked in. So with that, let's go ahead and talk about some of the more nerdy stuff here. Give me one sec. Well, first, let's go ahead and talk about the guitar part. It's really cool. There's a couple. It sounds like one of them he's probably using a Nashville guitar. It's like up an octave or something crazy like that. And there's a more kind of standard tuned one, it sounds like, which is with the capo on it kind of going. And then the other is playing much higher, you know, way the heck up here. But of course, like I said, the guitar is just naturally tuned higher. So, you know, together we get, you know, these two parts. You get to the chorus though, it's a standard 6-4-1-5 progression. It doesn't give A flat, so F minor, D flat, A flat, to E flat. The melody, he pulls up just to the root of that chord. Pulling up to that major 7 of the 4 chord. Easiest way to spice up your playing, make your 4 chord a major 7. It's perfect. Another, just walk down to the root of that chord. To the root of that one. There's no end to... Nope, that's bad. Yeah, and then it just stays there on the 1 chord. For the verses, so, you know, it got the 3rd here. So, you know, the only non-chord tone was here. So, again, same thing, that's the only non-chord tone there. You know, that kind of gives it that add to feel. So, you know, you get a little bit of tension right there where they play the 6, resolve to the 5, which then resolves to the 1. So those are, of course, all the main sections. And then, you know, we get into the bridge after the guitar solo. We have that 4, 1, 5. Four, 5, 6. Back to 4 and 5. That takes you up to the 3rd of that chord. That's the 9 right there, or the 2. Which pulls you into the 1. I'm sorry, into the 3rd of the 1 chord. And then it goes to the 5 chord, where you have the 6 pulling up to the root, to the 2, which is resolving though to the 3rd of this chord. That's the 2 of that, a little bit of tension there. There's no end to love for me. So he does something really cool with the last chorus where he changes the melody, but they also change the chords to make them sound a little bit more optimistic. So instead of it being the 6, 4, 1, 5, they actually go to 4, 1, 6, 5. So that takes you to the, you know, to the 3rd of that of the 4 chord. Oceans deep. Pulls you to the 3rd of the 1 chord. So, you know, that's just the 3 and the 5, or the 3rd and the 5th, to the 3rd of the 6 minor chord. And that pulls you into the 5th of the 5 chord. There's no end, your love for me. And then they take you to the same chord progression as the solo, that little 4 to 1 over 3, 4, 5. I'm sorry, no, it's actually just 4 to 1 over 3. They don't go to the 5.
Wrong-o.
And just like that, my keyboard has vanished. So let's talk about the drums a little bit here. It starts off with a really kind of poppy sounding groove. Like they probably sampled the snare or add a ton of effects to it and stuff like that to kind of give it a little bit more of that pop vibe in the verse until it gets to the chorus where he's just going in on the snare. Something that's really cool about the song is the drums are pretty active, but it still feels really laid back because he's not giving us the backbeat on 2, only on 4. So it gives us that boom, 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 ga, boom, 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 ga. And so it has that really laid back feel, but that 4 still pushes us forward along with those 16th notes that he's playing on the hi-hats. Now, something you might notice is it's not just accenting every single one, just it's really laid back. He's really like pushing on the upbeats, you know. What's cool too is he does like 4 different versions of the same drum fill, the one that we hear going into the solo. He repeats that in the middle of the solo. And then he also plays another variation of it coming out of the solo. Then, you know, they go into the bridge, that really, really calm bridge with no drums. And then to come back in, he gives us that boom, 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 boom. So moving on to the guitar solo, man, he just lets this solo breathe so much. It reminds me of something I learned when I was in college studying jazz, and they were talking about how even if you're not playing a wind instrument, you should play it as if you were. If you would need to take a breath in between a lick while you're playing a wind instrument, then you should do the same thing. You don't want to just splurge out anything and everything that you can play. You want to let the song breathe a little bit. The guitarist here does that so well where he only fills in the space that he feels he needs to. And he lets the groove speak for itself. And Cory is even ad-libbing some little melodies here that are bouncing back and talking back and forth with the guitars as well. So it works really well here. Right off the bat, honestly, something that's really cool is the guitar player almost seems to finish Cory's run. So he goes, la da da da. which seems to be kind of like a big jump. Like, it kind of comes out of nowhere, but the guitar player comes in with... So it kind of finishes that line. Especially since when it gets to the... Right there, Cory's voice kind of takes a backseat a little bit. So let's go ahead and just play through the solo really quick, and then we'll talk about a couple parts right after. Talk a little bit about how the solo fits in with the chords here. So we have the 4 to the 1 over 3, 4, and then to the 5. So on the 4 chord, so he just goes up to the 3rd of that chord. He's playing around a lot with the pentatonic scale here. And then goes to the 5 of that chord, and then lands on the 3rd, which the bass is already playing, and then back to that note. So that note right there, that F natural is gonna come around a lot.
Today, Junior.
And then takes you up to the 5th of the 5 chord. He does a lot of call and response and a lot of repetitive stuff here. In the words of Adam Neely, repetition legitimizes. Repetition legitimizes. Repetition legitimizes. So he starts off here, right? And then he does this ba-da-da-da a lot. Right, does it there, fills in the gap, and then again, ba-da-da-da, and then again right here. And then he plays along with the drum fill, back to that F natural, and then when it gets to the 1 over 3 here, he kind of just he just like, you know, runs around a lot there, starting by raking up to the root of that chord. Taking you to the bass note, and then this little cool crawl up here. So that's happening over the 4 chord again. So taking you up to the major 7, up to the 9, back to the major 7, and then pulling you there. And then takes us to the 5 chord. So he hits the root, I'm sorry, the 5th to the root, and then he again plays along with the drum fill. I'm not 100% sold on these notes. I think I got them right. And that just takes you back to resolving it to the 1 of the key that we're in, but the chord that happens there is of course the 4 again. But yeah, so just such a tasteful guitar solo. Like I said, he leaves space when he needs to. And then he shouts when he needs to. You know, he doesn't feel the need to just constantly, you know, be talking all over the place. You get the idea. So that being said, thank you guys so much for joining me on this journey of listening through and analyzing Canyons by Cory Asbury. It's such a cool song. It's just freaking perfect, dude. It doesn't need any more. It shouldn't have any less. It's fantastic. I love this song. It's great. So let me know what you guys think. Is there anything I missed? Are there certain details that you wish I would have brought up? Give me any suggestions for other songs you want to hear by Cory or otherwise from anyone, any genre. The only thing I won't do is foul lyrics and foul subject matter. So that being said, let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on this video if you liked it. And of course, if you want to see more videos like this, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and make sure that you click the little bell there so you are notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I will see you later. Peace. Repetition legitimizes.